Hey, it's Thursday night. Thanks for coming by. It is March 12th. So it's almost Friday. Yes. And hello to each and every one of you. Today, last night we got some news over on xenu.net. That's xenu.net. If you want to go check it out, you can go to xenu.net. Just click on message board, which is on the up here in the top right of the website. It's like right up here. And it's message board. Just click on it and then go read it. But it's really funny. By Fish Daddy, he wrote a thing. And Miscavige is Scientology forever has had their thing where they declare people suppressive. L. Ron Hubbard came up with it, which was his way of basically keeping people away from anybody who might help them wake up, right? Or see the truth about what was really going down. Because people wake up and then they start talking, and he doesn't want that, right? Because they want to keep him in the Truman Show. That's what I call it, the Scientology Truman Show. So with that, as they wake up, he'd declare them suppressive, and Hubbard said, if you don't have dirt on somebody, make it up. So, here's all my bad deeds, I have all these horrible things. Flat out lies. Fabulous. I mean, really, really, really funny. I made a whole video about my SP Declare that's on one of my earlier videos, but kind of reading it and telling you my side of things. Same with Religious Freedom Watch. They've got all their bullshit up there about, oh, she had an affair. Who did I have an affair with? Call me and let me know. I'd love to meet the person. And, oh, I wanted to get off my medicine. My husband wasn't even around when I got off my medicine. I got off my medicine in the early 70s. I met him in 74. So he wasn't even around. And he watched my fight year after year with them. So that's a flat out lie. It was just like one thing after another. And literally, I think I did take it up and take point by point in one of my videos on that. But, that's their thing. But forever, Hubbard's had these suppressive people, and they're very evil. There's only 2% of the population. But, after a while, you start going, wait a minute. Everybody I know out here is declared suppressive. And no doubt they've decided Anonymous are suppressive. So, they have, there's thousands, there's lists of, cast of thousands on the internet. They've, groups and organizations and things like that, right? That are declared suppressive. I mean, I remember sitting talking with a bunch of ministers with 3 Scientologists. They had 13 minutes to talk. The minister I was with had 13 minutes to talk, and Jeff Jacobson and were with the minister. And they read the creed of a Scientologist, and then the minister we were with gave his points, bringing up point after point. And I said, they're going to take you to the cleaners. They're going to say you never did Scientology. And that's exactly what they did. They were like, well, I don't know anything about that, which I knew all 3 of these people, and I knew that they knew what he was talking about. So they were flat out lying, right? So then I said, well, I'd just like to ask you something. Your creed says man has the inalienable right to free speech, right? But if that's true, why can't any of my 30-year friends talk to me or my husband of 27 years? And with that, the minister kind of looked at her like, well, what is this about? And she said, well, there's really only he said, you don't really declare people suppressive, do you? And she said, well, it's just a few people, like, Hitler was a suppressive and Tory was suppressive. And I was like, yes, because that's a perfect, it's a perfect analogy of how insane they are. It was just like an excellent demo. And it went from bad to worse and ended, and they were on my side. He emailed me, said, I'm so sorry you've had to go through this. And that was it. Once I showed them the SP Declare, they went, wow. I mean, that's it. It was just over the top. But anyway, point being, they've done this for years and years and years. People have been declared suppressive. No one's allowed to talk to them. If you do, you're declared suppressive. So it's a very evil, horrible thing, right? On both sides. I mean, they say the people that are declared are SP, but declaring someone suppressive is evil. This mother from England who came over to see her daughter, she hasn't talked to her in 15 years. I don't know if they've decided she's an SP or not, but, and that's a nickname for suppressive, an SP. But the point is now, this is the true proof that Miscavige, you are melting down, man. You are so losing it. Over on xenu.net, Fish Daddy wrote about how now Miscavige has come up with this plan where there's various different categories of SPs. There's the management SPs, who is like Heber Jentz, and Ken Hoden is declared suppressive, and all the top executives are locked in this SP hall, right? They've been declared suppressive. They've been stripped of their ranks. But then there's also quote-unquote good SPs, which are people who just leave and they don't ever cause any problems, and they're kind of working through their A to E. So those are the good SPs. And then there's the really evil SPs like Mark Headley and, people who've spoken out, and I would imagine I'm probably on that list. But anybody who's causing trouble, which I know I am, and I'm happy about that. Because I got 2 calls today, somebody from Germany and a mom. Every day I get calls from people that are trying to find out different information or get their money back or something. And I'm very happy to say that I'm insisting in that way. For anybody who calls from Europe, though, do call me again, because I'm not going to call you. You can email me or you can Skype me, right? So either one of those. But anyway, so now we've got these good SPs, and he's actually manipulating these people, saying, if you will disconnect from these bad SPs, we'll let you talk to your family, and we'll cancel your freeloader debt. These are ex-Sea Org members, right, who they've given this freeloader debt to, saying they owe. Now, these are people who have worked their asses off, many times for years and years and years, making $35 a week, right? And then they get out, and he tries to give them a bill for $50,000, $100,000 for the fabulous auditing they've gotten, which is mostly sec checking on why do you want to leave the Sea Org, right? And I know that's true because a bunch of the kids got that too. They roped them in before they were underage. This was in the 80s. They roped in a bunch of kids, got them into the Sea Org right away. They went, it's sort of like that thing with Goldie Hawn where she joined the Army, and it's like, well, where's my apartment, right? And the kids were like, this isn't anything like you said. They started sec checking them, which is putting them in session, and they're charging them every single minute that they're in session, right? So by the time they finally leave, now they're underage, so they can't work. They're handing them these, $50,000, $60,000 that they owe Scientology. I finally got with one of the heads of in OSA at the time and said, this is crazy. These kids all hate Scientology because of what you're doing. And she got it. And she said, you can tell any of the parents, if they want to cancel that freeloader debt, they can write me. That was Linda Peters. And I've never seen her since, so I don't know what happened to her. But that is what she said. And one of the parents did write to her, and she did get the freeloader's debt canceled for her kids. But anyway, this is just another phase of Scientology melting down. And I'm smiling and I'm happy because it just proves it's so BS. You know what I mean? It isn't what it is. There isn't standard tech. This is just another one of the things where they're pitting the SPs against the SPs, trying to get us all fighting. It's not working. It's not working at all. People are having a very good time out here. It's very easy once you come out. It's very hard when you're in, but once you get out, it's very easy. And you know what? Nobody holds anything against you. So if you want to leave, come on out. You know what I mean? We're having a good time out here. We really are. And I know they've got their pitch on how we're bad or we're this. They've got something against everybody. I bought it too for a long time. But after a while, you have to start thinking, now, wait a minute. All these people, there's something wrong with them. And many times they're like the top people that were really great in something that, everybody loved, and now they're out, and they're horrible, and they're all black, and they're this and that. And it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. How did they go from all white to all black like that? And that's something that you have to think about if you're in. But for everybody that's out and speaking out, thank you. You're having fabulous results, whether you know it or not. And this is one of them. So from one bad SP to another, have a fantastic weekend. Do some damage, do something great, and help each other. I love this story that was on the news last night, where one of the owners of a pharmacy gave every one of his employees $700 in $2 bills. And the only deal was that they had to go out and spend it on themselves. They had to go out and buy stuff. They couldn't pay their bills with it, and they couldn't put it in savings, and then 15% went to charity. And I love that. And I really think if anybody's listening to this and you can do that, it's a great idea. It really is. So anyway, have a fantastic weekend. Have some fun, and we'll let you know how the picket goes. Come to the picket. It's the Global Picket this Saturday. All right. If you want to find out where and when, go to wiryprotest.net. All right. Bye-bye.